That's
So
I just assume we're destined for it.
Underlord Ags, that's the aura damage, right? Like 50% of
Yeah,
his stolen damage goes to an aura.
that's the lyrical build. He was a little too obsessed with that, trying to make it work.
I have actually played a decent amount of Underlord, and I have not been able to find a way to get the Ags to work in. Even in games when you're able to put some extra points in the aura and you're feeling good, picking up kills, you're like, man, I got a lot of plus damage. It just doesn't feel like an item that's worth it compared to just being able to tank up more, live longer, do all the other things that Underlord wants to do.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that's really good here that I see though is that Atrophy Aura is all about that damage reduction from your base damage, right? And that's a Medusa. He
That
likes to
is
buy a
true.
lot of Agi items,
That is true.
so that seems like she's gonna be real sad.
Yep.
Now, you're picking up that butterfly and you're just like, oh, this isn't that great. Your Manta style, oh, where's all my damage?
Interesting to see what Empire pictures with the lanes. If Underlord can get a good matchup, he can absolutely be a lane dominator. And now they pick up Pango. So someone that synergizes well with the Dusa. Some more team fight for NIP. Little Roshan control, perhaps.
Their last pick, I feel like they need like an Ember kind of hero. Someone who kind of keeps pace with the Pango and just creates more space, but maybe a little bit tankier. Maybe like a Razor or something. Razor would have been kind of nice seeing the Underlord already too, but don't want to give away all their positions in terms of like where the Medusa is going to go for our lanes, and we'll get the Slark. So this was Alliance's answer to when they played versus it at Blast Dota. It's Slark into Medusa. You know, she's kind of the big meat bag. If you can just keep taking all the stats, you're going to feel pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've seen Slark a number of times against these really beefy cores. And
good diffusal hero, too.
Yep, makes sense. Essence Shift is a way to slowly start chipping away at those big raid bosses.
They don't have the best heroes versus the Slark either. The Pango is probably the best one, right? Just like all the ground targeting between the swashbuckle and, well, everything that Pango does.
Yeah, that's true. And it's looking like a core Pango, so I guess that's more of a threat against the Slark than usual. But overall, I'd say pretty darn good Slark game. Relatively free so far. He should be able to get plenty of space.
They took care of another mana burn in the EMP Invoker potential. Gonna remove that.
Another hero on the rise.
Yeah, seriously, so much Invoker. And they're gonna ban the Viper. So, who's still in? Ember is still in. Play an okay Ember game. The only downside is that you don't know what you're picking it into, but we've obviously seen plenty of teams that are confident enough in the hero to still take a mid.
I mean, that Razor's still available.
Yep, if they want it for themselves, that's true.
Viper, kind of a similar flavor there.
10 seconds remaining.
Ban the conquer themselves. Not a lot of reserve time and
TA.
Okay.
Well, now they've got some Roche control.
Yeah, a lot of vision, right? They have Slark, Templar Assassin, and Nyx Assassin.
Yeah.
So the movement from Ninjas in Pyjamas is going to be really well scouted from Empire. They don't have like they have okay ways of capitalizing on it, I suppose, between Nyx and Slark.
I mean, it's okay, but it's not like Bounty Hunter Tinker. You know, you think of Tinker is going to take all this vision and do a lot with it. You know, TP to the Hawk.
Yeah, it can flash fire pretty fast though if she knows where the enemy team's moving.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It's just a little unconventional. It almost feels like too much vision, not enough to capitalize on it.
Too much vision.
There's a point.
I know what you mean.
Nick's just walking around like, guys, I know where they are. I found them. Good work, buddy.
They're at our tower.
I'll be over here farming the ancients. So, what does NIP want to round this out? They've got some pretty solid late game. They need somebody that can help stall against this TA, and they grab the Monkey King. All right, that is a great hero to stall things out.
Oh, the Underlord too, right? That's like the classic counterpick to Underlord and lane. It's like Monkey King and Ursa, right?
Yep. Those two heroes stand apart against these traditionally very tanky, like bruiser-esque offlaners that have low armor. It's just no competition. With Underlord, you just have to kind of run and hide and tuck your tail in between your four legs.
Looks like a pretty interesting game, though. I feel like Empire have a earlier angle that they want to try and hit with like these, like first Roche, and then hitting objectives can be a little bit tough when you have a Slark on your team. Sometimes you need a lot of help from your allies, but TA's obviously pretty good, especially when she gets in the Deso. And then the Underlord's a great hero to just sit in front, and he can of course like post team fight destroy a lot of objectives if he gets a lot of bonus damage and manages to survive through it. Greaves is pretty good this game. Vanguard and into Crimson's really nice this game too. There's a lot of really good defensive options for the Underlord. He could just go all out auras and be pretty pleased with himself, I think. Probably gonna let the Chen get the mech, and then he'll probably just work on the pipe and the Crimson though.
Who has better late game here? It's kind of an interesting power spike dynamic where Slark TA will probably have these little peaks a little bit earlier before the Monkey King Dusa are totally ready to go. But the nature of those two heroes with the Pangolier makes me think NIP will be able to hold out long enough for Dusa and Monkey King to get big. But then you have this Slark who scales kind of infinitely versus the Dusa in some ways with the Essence Shift. I feel like Empire are going to have to be really conscious of their timings. Like, they're going to have to fight early, but they're not like all in on fighting early, though they have to get a little bit of map control. They need to be able to control Roche.
Yeah, I don't think the game is like over when it reaches a certain point, but I feel like I would rather be on the side of NIP. Like,
yeah, like
with
60
the Rubik
minutes.
And the Venge.
I would rather have the Monkey King, Dusa, Pango, Venge.
It's so dependent on items though, because like Pango and Monkey can both fall in that same camp of two heroes that just suddenly stop getting farm in the mid game because they're like running around the map too much, and Medusa's taking the safe farm, and they're just kind of awkwardly trying to keep up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it really just depends on how much momentum they can keep in terms of their itemization.
Yeah, that's where I think the game plan for NIP might be a little bit easier. It's kind of just stall out. They're probably going to come at us, and we just need to play some good defense, and then we'll have these moments where we can strike back. For Empire, I think we're going to need to see some more of that cohesive item timing. That was our hallmark of our day one that stood out to me. It was the amount of games where we saw teams coordinating these, like, all right, I've got the BKB, I've got the Radiance, I've got the Deso. They're all coming out within 2 minutes of each other. We're going to go cripple them right now.
Yeah, and they looked good.
Yeah.
Empire had a great game.
So
a great series versus Alliance.
That gives me some hope for Empire here, but very finicky around these item timings. 2 Platinum heroes, though. Smiling Knight, the Platinum Slark, and Lightless, the Platinum TA. Trent, oh, buddy.
Wow. The grinders.
I'm going to get some overlays here.
Oh, overlays for Monster?
Monster Energy. Thank you, Monster, for help making our Dota dreams come true with this tournament. It's delicious.
I have so many Dota dreams.
Thank you for helping me wake up this morning, Monster. Your sugar-free, low-carb Monster Energy was fantastic. 16 fluid ounces of this sweet... Look, I got a can of it right here, Trent. This sweet, sweet nectar.
Hold on, I'm clicking Meepos.
Tear into a can of the meanest energy drink on the planet. Low-carb Monster Energy. Low calories, no compromise. That's what low-carb Monster Energy is all about.
Makes sense to me.
There you go, folks. Let's get back into it.
Just saying, I was totally being James on that.
Yeah?
Yeah, oh yeah, I was winning. It doesn't count mine, though. It doesn't let me click them.
Uh-huh. I'm telling you, dude, Whack-A-Meepo is just whack-a-ping advantage. We're on EU servers, baby. You weren't winning those Meepos.
I think we're going to zone back there a little bit. Well, laning. Charlie coming down to the bottom lane on the Medusa.
Whoa, we got a lane rotation.
Yeah, oh, we got lanes, baby.
Oh, jeez. All right, so Slarky TP's top. Old Yames comes back down to the bottom. Interesting.
Seems like Slark doesn't feel like getting snaked over and over.
After all the walking we saw, they're just going to go straight for the TP game, and NIP not going to rotate, at least not yet. So that means Pango is going to be solo up top against the Slark. It's Monkey King versus TA mid, and that's going to give us this try-on-try down bottom. So you got Rubik Venge alongside the Medusa, then you've got this Nyx Underlord with a Chen nearby. I think I like this NIP tri-lane just a little bit more, buddy.
Yeah, it depends with the Chen, of course. You know, that's the thing that can really turn things. But no crazy good creeps these days at the earlier levels because the max level of 3. So I'd probably concur with you for the most part. I like the positioning that Charlie's in right now, that's for sure, in terms of the creeps. Because they've blocked off the first spawn, and then they're probably going to try and block the small camp again, I would think, with Seneko. And meanwhile, that TP works out. I'm guessing he didn't see him into the tree line.
I'm guessing that as well. I was tunnel visioning on bottom.
Yeah, me too. I did not think he would get the kill.
Well, it looks like stellar case from NIP, given all of the tips, and then they dropped the bounty. Oh, man.
That first blood brought to you by Monster Energy.
He's still in the well,
Of course,
boys.
it wasn't brought to you, so I don't know where we're at now. All right, guys, we're getting warmed up. We're ready to go.
Oh, bottom lane, Nyx Assassin.
Top lane, too. Top lane.
Oh, my gosh. Another kill onto Smiling Knight. Even with Egnart up here, they finish him off again. The string of tips, they're getting in his head. They're certainly getting in my head. I didn't see the second one coming either, Trent. Well, these lanes.
I think that when someone TP's up, he's going to be okay.
Well, these lanes have been a disaster, though, for Empire. Look at the CS difference. CS has 6. She's the leader.
Yeah, he didn't have to do the walk of shame thanks to the Chen Divine Favor. That would have been so much worse.
True.
And they had already called him up on the last one.
I mean, this mid lane, though, 16-6 on the Monkey King compared to the 6-2 of Lightless. This is about as one-sided as it gets. MK's getting everything he wants and might even have a kill here. He solos Lightless. I caught that one, bud.
Hits him with the my bad. He knows.
Ooh.
Yeah, the monkey was pretty nice. Because, like, who was, if he went side lane, it was going to be good, right? Mid lane's decent. I don't believe it's supposed to be that good.
I don't think it's supposed to be this good, but we'll see how TA recovers. I'm going to tunnel vision on this mid lane a little bit. Now, I also want to give a special shout out here, Trent, to that one person representing Empire in-game with their pennant. That one Empire fan up there. Shout out to you. I hope you're listening on Dota TV. Good on you, bud.
Way to go.
That one
Keep those pennants.
person. I wish I had an Empire pennant. They've got to be going up in value. They're like a rare breed these days.
I have a DK pennant and a Mouse Sports pennant.
How much for that Mouse Sports pennant, dude? Straight up.
You
How many
back off,
toonies?
buddy.
Are they even tradable? Is that
I don't know.
their whole underground market for disbanded team pennants?
I keep catting. I'll see if I can buy one on the market so that it goes to 2.
Perfect. Well, I don't know if you count because you're in a broadcaster slot.
Oh, it's 6 cents right now.
Oh, man. What did they start at when those things debuted? What were they, $2? $3? I can't remember. That was so long ago.
I don't even remember
Now,
how
that's
you got
an
them.
interesting Dota. I think you can just buy them straight up. That's an interesting Dota trivia, though. Like, who has the most pennants still active in Dota? There's got to be somebody.
I feel like now I kind of want to collect them all now that I know they're only 6 cents. I'm going to artificially inflate the price of pennants right now by telling everyone that. Guys,
that's
go
like
out there right now to that Steam market, buy some pennants, help out Gabe.
It's like a
and
potential
raise
blog
this number
post here,
1,
dude.
guys. I want a 2 by the end of this game.
A forgotten part of Dota's history.
Bottom lane.
Yeah,
Master's in here real deep.
He's in some trouble. I don't think there's an exit strategy here. James coming in, looking for a stun. Seneko pops the stick.
Oh, that was sick.
Does not see the Nyx on the high ground, and this whole dive works out. TP's home with like 20 HP or something.
And the worst case scenario, it was at 5 minutes, which means James then gets both of the runes too. So I believe they just got, they got 3 out of the 4. Saberlight got 1 up top.
I thought this Underlord was crazy, but that was a pretty crafty little play there from Empire. Meanwhile, back in the mid, Supreme still giving him the hurt. About 500 net worth advantage right now.
About to double up on him in terms of last hits here.
Level 6 now on the MK. Lightless still only halfway through 5, so it's a full level advantage on Supreme.
Chasing Eknar a little bit here, but no long-term plans here.
Sorry, guys. I never clicked save on the swap fighters thing. Had him on the wrong side. There you go. Empire's Radiant, and NIP is Dire.
Classic.
I'm on it. I'm only halfway through my first monster, folks. It's all uphill from here. Or no, down. No, uphill.
Uphill.
It's going to get better.
All right. Is uphill better? Uphill sounds better.
Saying it's all downhill from here certainly doesn't sound better, so we're going to stick with uphill. Sorry about that, folks.
You're just keeping them on your toes. I know how you like to.
Yeah, I like to sprinkle in some pop quizzes, you know?
Yeah.
I like to role play as a professor sometimes. Put on my Nahaz hat. Quiz time, children! Now, Will Saberlight makes something happen here. He does pop the ulti. Rolling Thunder back onto Eknart. Okay. And there you go, the kill. That was a weird moment where it was oddly quiet, and then he just died.
Smackdown.
They forced the TP out of James, but nothing comes of it. Seneko.
They have Fade Bolt in a second here.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's just dead.
Okay.
They just chased him in the tree line. Him with another swashbuckle. That creep's going to take some tower shots here. Yeah, it's only going to take one.
They'll be fine. Well,
wow, what a poor start here for Old Empire.
Checking out this awesome ward battle here in mid, which NIP will also find a victory.
And this Slark is 0-3-0.
Yes.
And he's doing the walk back top again.
Yes. And TA, lowest of their 3 cores on Empire. She's still in Strug City, so that leaves us with good old Mastery. He's the leading farmer on the team, about even with the Pango, 2,900 net worth, level 5.
Yeah, of course, we haven't pointed out that the Medusa's also not having that great of a time. Even despite the other 2 cores on the side of an IP. That's probably why this game looks a little bit even. Because the Medusa, she's well down there. She's probably the Nyx assassin in terms of net worth. I mean, look where Charlie's sitting. He's like, I can't do anything.
This is one of the hallmarks of the Underlord. And this is, I talked about in the draft with matchups. Generally against melee heroes is where you see him dominate like this. But against a ranged hero like Dusa, with all that atrophy aura, he's gone for the second point. You just can't last hit against him. Dusa's got 75 straight up. Underlord's got 90 plus whatever his aura is. So 90 plus 47 right now. Almost like 2x over the Dusa. It's as if he has a double damage rune pretty much at all times. I don't really blame Charlie. There's not much you can do.
And his supports are trying to rotate to make stuff happen in the other lanes, but not finding that success in the mid lane yet. Still just the one solo kill as they start working on Supreme here.
But the upside for NIP is having Supreme dominate like this is incredible for the Monkey King. Deuce is always going to be able to recover with some stacks. We'll see this skirmish break out mid. Monkey King actually drops the Wukong's command, finishes off Ekdard. He doesn't even bother running. Now he's going to turn on the Lightless. This is disastrous for Empire. A double for Supreme. They get a shutdown kill here. It could be big. James does have a stun. They'll find it. Makes it a 1 for 2, but still pretty crippling for the TA.
They kind of had to go for that, though, because they know that he's ahead, and they were so close to stopping the Wukong's command from coming off. He tried to stun him from James on the next assassin, but just landed a little bit too late as he was running over to hit him. So unable to get the ulti canceled, and that's what obviously did the vast majority of the damage there. Just close that one out. But he has no tree dance yet as well in that mid lane, so at least they were able to get the follow-up kill.
Look at Charlie right here. Trent, look at this man. Look at this man. Now, a lot of people in this scenario would be pinging their support saying, guys, I need stacks to recover. This man makes his own stacks, Trent. This is his own recovery right here. Billy Zane.
Just like the Titan.
Is that the theme of this tournament? Make your own luck?
Yep.
I like that. That's a good Dota theme. When I solo queue, I make my own luck. I 1v5 him. Hashtag Morphling.
Yeah, but you don't know how to play Morphling.
I don't know how to play Morphling. I dream about playing Morphling, though. It's more like if Billy Zane played a Dota hero, I think he'd play Morphling.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that makes sense.
I was really getting into the Titanic there.
Yeah, that's just logical. Vendetta in the mid lane here. They have a sentry down, though. And I feel like James is aware of this, judging by how he's playing. That is a lot of heroes here.
Yeah, he's playing right on the edge of this sentry, so some good game sense there. A good Nyx assassin knows. Drops the stun, set up, but the defensive swap, Saberlight, he's going to survive. And they just walk away. They force the TPs from Empire and go, all right, well, that was fun. See you later, guys. Nice TP, losers.
All right, it's kind of space.
I think we'll call it space. Charlie's recovering.
It's up to Treads now. He's catching up to that Templar assassin. How about our Slark, though? Smiling Knight started, of course, 0-3-0.
Well, he's bottom.
He's okay. He's catching up to that Pango.
Yeah, from a raw net worth perspective, it isn't that big of a lead for NIP. But I very much fear for the dynamic of TA being pretty low in terms of the cores and Monkey King being the top. You know, Dusa, I'm not worried about her ability to recover. TA certainly can recover from stacks, but I always think of TA as a little bit of a driver's seat kind of hero. And Monkey King in a similar role, he's going to have a very fast Echo Saber here.
Without looking, what do you think the Dota Plus says right now?
Definitely favoring NIP. I'm going to guess like 65-35 NIP favored.
Actually, 76% in favor of NIP at 12 minutes.
Wow.
That's a pretty heavy advantage at this point.
I don't know if I go
I'm a
quite
little surprised.
75. It's only like a 500 net worth lead. Even less. It's like 250.
It doesn't believe in what they've accomplished so far with this Chen and TA, I think. I think it's like, yo, you guys should probably have done a lot more by now.
I think it would certainly prioritize the TA farm to some degree. That is alarming to me. We'll see an engagement up top. Pango doing some work. James. Oh. They find him. Great work, gentlemen. 8-2.
Not a lot you can do there.
Pango's also had a pretty incredible game so far. Already has the Vlad's Arcane Boots, #2 on net worth. He's rolling.
I feel like every time I look at him, he's just running at someone. I'm surprised he even has this many last hits.
Oh, he didn't take the Centaur. They're going to let Lightless keep it. What a nice little gifty. They are nifty. That was 5 mid from Empire for a moment there. Also, their fan base has doubled. We officially have 2 pennants now.
Oh my God.
Watching Empire. Shout out to you, second pennant carrier.
Thank you. You did it. I'm so proud. Way to go. Can I get 3? I feel like a streamer asking for subs. Can I get 3 Empire pennants?
That's Twitch chat. We're trying to rally anyone with a pennant here.
Can we get the pennant train going,
now,
guys?
if you could also
Come on.
DM me on Twitter for a quick interview of what it's like to be a legacy pennant holder. Your input is much
emotional
appreciated.
connection to your pennants. When I bought this pennant, I was still with my fiance.
Can we get like a Suns fan pennant power ranking block? Like I gotta get it on the power ranking hype train, dude. I want to take the Aghanim's torch. Suns fan, you got your hands full with Path of Guardian or whatever. I want to be the new Aghanim's guy.
I think he just did another one not that long ago. I don't think he's ready to give it up. I mean, then he did his taunts one, too.
Okay, Suns fan, how much
The taunt one's pretty good.
to buy the rights to the Aghanim Scepter blogs?
After our Templar Assassin getting zoned away from our
Whoa.
Ancients.
Nice swap into a Rubik. Follow up into a Monkey King. This should be a pretty easy kill. They've got the Sentry Ward. Now, Mastery does have an Atos. That's going to slow down Supreme, but they've got another swap. That pulls the TA back in. She's down. Now Eknar going to be in some trouble. Jingu Mastery comes up, but TP from the Nyx Assassin. That'll force a repel. And he cancels it.
Oh.
Look at that. Look at this.
This
man.
hero doesn't seem very good without, like, 80 Ancient camps. Templar Assassin hero.
No. And that is the disparity, right? Look at Dusa. She's overtaken her now. Charlie's been clearing out some of these big Ancient stacks. And now he's going to join the team fight a little bit. He says, guys, I want to help fight mid. Stone Gaze, out comes the Wukongs, and Mastery is going to be in big trouble. Remember that Echo Saber is already out, so the Wukong's pretty deadly at 15 minutes. And that's a tier 1 tower mid.
Smiling Knight kind of wants to get on this as a Slark with the Diffusal, but he can't get there in time. Supreme still can't get the jump up here.
Okay, does get the
Damn, I
stun.
can.
I think Supreme's in trouble here. Doesn't have much follow-up. Saberlight
no
does
swap
come
charges.
in, but yeah, had to use both of them to kill that TA.
Desperately need a kill, and it did go to the Slark, so PA might have been a little bit better just to like how important her time is there right now, but as long as it's one of those 2 cores, you can be pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
Now they want to get a similar take onto the mid lane here. Haste Up Venge does have the swap available.
Mastery playing frontliner right now. There's the first swap. Now Smiling Knight jumps in, wants to finish off the Venge. Saberlight breaking things up a little bit. The Smiling Knight has to turn. Now goes in onto Charlie, but he's already used the Shadow Dance. Seneko does
What
end up
is he
falling,
doing?
but I don't think they want to trade Slark for this. Beautiful body blocks from Saberlight. But, yeah, support for Core. NIP, certainly happy there.
Yeah, I think he thought his whole team was like pushing in or something or had something, but he was alone. Yeah, from my perspective, that's just like, where are you going, bud?
Now,
They're not there.
shout out to all the BTS fans that have hearkened to the
God.
call. 6 pennant holders now, Trent.
This is amazing.
Their fans are multiplying. They've learned how to spawn.
Wow, Empire. I'm sure they're getting the residual transactions from that.
The residuals. Meanwhile, down bottom, this is going to fill them with motivation as they go in onto the Pangolier, and Saberlight will get put 6 feet under, but now James. Dan, they even tip him for that. It's
I like to
impressive.
think that whenever there's a little like transaction of the Steam market, Gabe has it set as like a push notification on his phone. Just like this little like ching, 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 ching. Think about how satisfying that would be. Every single time anything was sold on the Steam market.
Shit, dude, I need that for my books. Every time a copy of the ebook sold, I want
you
to
might just get a foghorn, dude. You could use it as an alarm once a week.
That's what we need in the studio. Here we go. Monkey King. He's going to be isolated, but does get off the ulti. They're all standing in it. The Wukong's command absolutely obliterating. James down. Mastery down. Now the Smiling Knight getting swapped in every which direction. It's a bloody massacre down bottom. The ninjas have stuck daggers into the backs of their enemies.
And the way that they just like walk this Medusa, and you never know if they're gonna be here like completely fighting around her, or if she's just gonna like alt TP away, or just be a total nuisance. But the Monkey King can just turn any fight into an instant victory. It feels like if you have the better numbers, it just feels so easy to win with that hero. But nice job by Lightless. He was camping the high ground, and then he used the trap to get the kill into the Rubik after the meld strike and everything.
That's cute. They need to be a little careful, though. NIP still have some resources here. Rolling Thunder is available. Also some swaps. There's the Manta style. Underlord using that Dark Rift. But NIP ain't scared. They're going to go right in onto James. They've popped the dust.
They are lower on numbers.
They do not have the Rubik. That's true. Wukong's still down for 45. Maybe this is a mistake to hang around. Dusa now in the front line. Still no Stone Gaze. They go in onto the TA. They get a disarm. They're trying to right-click Smiling Knight. Charlie now low on mana. This might not end well for the Medusa. She's taking some damage, but also dishing it out. Now Lightless going to be stuck against the Panko. A long, drawn-out fight, but it is going to be NIP that start to overtake it. Lightless, Eknart, and James down. Now Smiling Knight looking to survive. Jumps over the tree line. But it's going to be a 1-on-4. He's got nowhere to go and just accepts his unfortunate fate. That Dusa, man, she lost her mana bar, but never really got that low on HP.
Sat there doing her thing.
Yeah.
Throwing out some snakes, right-clicking.
I feel like NIP
4,000
just
damage.
called that bluff. Empire just did like a flop shove there, and NIP were like, I think we can handle it.
Yeah.
That was a straight
disarm.
4v5.
Yeah.
Good lane.
It's like Mastery is just Gonzo here.
Yep. Oh, the TP. There's going to be a Boundless. No.
Not Gonzo.
Not Gonzo. That was Primal Spring. The
This
Echo Saber,
TA's
though.
life is... Yeah, this TA's life's so hard, though. Like, she's
Yeah.
fighting into Pango Disarm and the Heaven's Halberd.
Yeah, it's cool build from the Monkey King. Like, Echo Saber, one of those items, the earlier you get it, the more devastating it feels. And he had it at pre-10 minutes, I think.
It's actually such a good Radiance game, too. I hope he finishes it.
Feels pretty likely. I mean, there are still 3 tier 2s standing. So even though NIP are kind of controlling the game, they haven't been pushing too aggressively. But as we always go back to, the disarm is what we talked about with Halberd, but it's solid stats on Monkey King. Evasion, strength, status resistance. It makes a typically pretty squishy hero actually a little bit beefy. 2100 HP. He's no slouch.
Oh, they're going to go for Halberd of their own on the Underlord as well. The Atos into the Halberd. So no auras to help out the team in these big 5v5s, unfortunately. The only one they have is the mech on the Chen.
And Guardian's actually not far for Saberlight. couple hundred gold
Feels like a Crimson would be so good.
for Empire.
Yeah.
Dire's
Monkey.
top
Yeah.
tower is under attack.
Dusa, sure.
Dire's
I like
But
Crimson.
they're smoking in.
What are we going to find? Nyx Assassin, probably not the target, and they just walk into the pit. Now, TA did have a trap down.
Yeah.
They get the sentries, so NIP maybe baiting a little bit here. They know that Empire knows. They find the Chen.
And there goes Eknard.
Okay. Oh! Mech still has the all heal. Gonna save it. James walks in. A little save your buddy syndrome. Always a bummer when you fall victim to that and you also don't save your buddy.
Oh, I get the Impale too on Era. Such a good seal. Level 4 Impale.
Yep. You know, it feels like Era has been playing very well on support. Like, he was a core player for so many years. And it seems like some players maybe struggle to transition into roles like that, but he really hasn't seemed to have too many issues. He's looked good in the games that we've seen.
Yeah.
Comfortable.
Mastery trying to distract a little bit here, but his team's still going to get Roche. And
Yeah, it's
Mastery's going to be forced to ulti out.
Dark Rift down. Does go to that tier 2 top, so could still join a battle if Empire pick an engagement.
Now, they've stolen away the first Aegis from the Deso Blink TA, and now they're going to try and run at them. So this is the classic. Let's hope they spread out. They might have seen the Medusa go down bottom. She has left them with that Aegis.
Not that far away, though. And she's farming the triangle. We'll be able to join this fight. A little bit easier when you have a Nyx
There's a swap
Assassin to
here,
play
though.
Human Ward. They go in on
no,
the
there's not.
Saberlight. Remember, he's got the mech, and now the swap saves him. Wukong's command. Charlie pops the Stone Gaze, and that's it.
GG.
I love it. Empire. They try the Hail Mary. They say, guys, this game is a disaster. Let's go all in, see if we can get a pick. That fight ends disastrously, and they call it. A quick one, but honestly, very
That
little
swap
hope.
right at the end was on 1 second cooldown as they were going on the Pago, and then he just gets it right in time to save him there, too.
I mean, he had
Everything
Guardians
just
also.
going well.
I mean,
Yeah, let's be honest.
that Pango attempt was maybe a bit of a long shot.
All right, so top lane, pretty much a disaster. Bottom lane went fine with the Underlord, sure. But the Monkey King in the mid lane he got off to a solid start, and then he's just so good at playing around with the team. Like Seneko and Arrow, the way that they just like smoked up and started running with Supreme.
Yeah.
That just kind of closed out any hope of them to try and come back in this one. And that Radiant side TA, man, it seems so hard to make that work. I feel like it's just not where you want to play in the game, is like by those ancient camps, you know? And especially when you're trying to control those ancient camps versus a Monkey King who you're behind on. Like, by
Yeah.
the time that they were trying to contest Ancient, Slark was, like, not available to come and, like, de-ward or anything or try and help control that area. So, TA without Ancients is just so much slower.
It just seemed like NIP had such a clear game plan with, quote, sacking the Dusa in the first 10 minutes. Like, we're totally okay with this because we're going to pressure these other lanes. We're going to force this Underlord to rotate, and then Medusa's going to have plenty of space in the lane. And you know that she's always got that triangle. You're dire, so you have some Ancients guaranteed right there to farm safely. You were right about bottom lane going well for the Underlord, but that window was so, like, by 10 minutes, Underlord was already trying to run around the map and put out the fires elsewhere.
Yeah.
And, you know,
That
that little
Saberlight
bit of-
also on that Pango, though. That was an excellent Pango performance.
Yep.
He felt really impactful. I still can't believe, like, how many last hits he had that whole game. I felt like he was just always fighting at the earlier parts of the game and just very combative build. Like, the Vlad's was done so early. Pretty impressed for game number 1 here from NIP after Empire had such a solid showing yesterday versus Alliance.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Fastest game we've seen so far. Day 2 of this group stage. We got 3 best-of-3s coming up, so we're going to take a quick break. Then we're going to come back. Game number 2. We'll see what happens here. NIP versus Empire. We got a lot of Dota coming your way, folks.
We do.
And it's been a pleasure to bring you the coverage so far. So let's update some score screens here. We've got NIP. And we've got NIP. Now, another big improvement I want to make note of, Trent. We've got
Yes, please.
rotating time zones. Now, no longer do you boys and girls at home have to look at the mountain time zone. I got several Twitter DMs yesterday saying, quote, use a real time zone. Now, it's not a choice. I live where I live, but I'm not going to make y'all suffer with me. Now we've got Pacific, CET, and Eastern, the real time zones. think we're gonna start doing tournaments in Atlantic time, Trent.
Thank you.
Just for you.
I would appreciate it.